I'm joined by Jane Leyland and Andy Russell of Origin Amenity Solutions, and it's quite a auspicious day today because you've just sold the 100th, I'm going to get this name wrong, I'm sure I'm going to get this, I'll check it, Tiny Line Markers Pro.
Correct.
Correct.
Yes, correct.
So 100, did you ever think 4 years ago that you'd be selling 100 of these?
It's absolutely fantastic. I'm so delighted, and it shows just how good and reliable a piece of kit this is, that we've reached that historic milestone actually. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Now I know the guy that's bought the 100th one was also the guy who bought the first one, is that correct?
He bought the very first one.
So that's obviously a good advert for it.
Exactly.
And I was talking to him earlier and he was saying when it comes to labour savings, it's been absolutely extraordinary what he's been able to do, and the workload that he can now push through because of it is markedly different to what it was before.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And it's not only that, there's a definite skill shortage in the market now, and initial marking a pitch is a very technical job, and it's also very time consuming. And it's not just football pitches, but athletics running tracks as well. So for example, normally it would take 2 people all day to initial mark a running track. This will do it in about an hour and 20 minutes. So it's very productive, and also it releases other people to expend their energy on the presentation of the overall surfaces as well. So you can get on with other jobs while that's, doing the work. Yeah.
Do you think, Andy, that this is something, you've hit 100, do you think 1,000's possible at the end of the day?
I think, Scott, the industry is moving in a way which, new technology, cutting-edge technology like this is going to become more and more the norm for people. It saves people cost, it's labour saving, and at the end of the day, I think the sky's the limit with this type of product, this type of technology.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Andy's a contractor, Richard's a contractor. I was asking him earlier if he thought that some bigger schools perhaps might buy their own one.
Yes, they already do actually, yes. Mm-hmm. And training grounds as well, obviously. So it's got much more, scope. And it is, I think, it's definitely, we say the future, but it's actually now. Because I think the pandemic was a really good example of that, because obviously with social distancing and all the rest of it, so it was actually used as well. It's not only for sports pitches and athletics and that sort of thing, but you can mark out social distancing grids and car parks and all those sorts of things.
Of course, yeah.
So if you've got a big social event where there's lots of people, it's a great quick way of setting out individual spaces or car parks and that sort of thing. And also it can do letters and numbers, and so there's so much more flexibility with it now. Since we started sort of almost 4 years ago now, the programs that have been added to it and the capability of things that it can deliver have really come on leaps and bounds. So, it's
now, I know you're the technical person. How does it work? Is it a cassette? Was it a cassette? Sounded very old-fashioned there. Is it programmed in, all the different things that you can make it do?
Basically, all the smart stuff is inside here, and it works from GPS, so satellite system, and it's operated by a tablet. And within the tablet, there's like pre-planned programs. They're already uploaded onto the tablet, but also you can alter the size of pitches and change them. So, for example, if you're in a tight space or you've got a hedge and you don't want to, be footballers or rugby players running into the hedge, you can bring the pitch in and draw it out. So basically, you've got programs. There's over 50 different sports that you can mark with this, including things like Quidditch, rounders, javelin, discus, lots of things.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, this is the first full year of Origin. How's it been this last 10 months or so? Is it?
Yes. I think if you go back to sort of the end of July last year when Origin Amenity Solutions came into being officially, since then we've had a lot of progress. There's a lot of things moving on. The teams have integrated really well together, and we're becoming more well known as a brand. But our presence here today at BTME is the next natural step. Yeah.
It's weird being here in March, isn't it? But it's a nice feeling, and it's nice to be back after 26 months.
Absolutely it is, Scott. Yeah, and we hope that we'll be joined by a lot of customers and greenkeepers and groundsmen this week, and hopefully it will be a successful show for everyone. Yeah.
Well, we hope that for everyone. So thank you very much for your time. I hope we do move on from the 100th. I think the 101st is just about sale gone through or close to. But I hope they keep selling well, and congratulations on everything.
Thank you very much,
Appreciate
Scott.
it.
Thank you. Thanks
you.
for your time. Thanks.